and even those in the tents. So right now, my little nieces, are you ready? So who's starting? Ashley. Okay. Ashley.
We are so blessed to have seen our great-grandpa. He always told us to calm him than the not so cruel like our parents. He made us a funny rolling sound to pack, and he laughed as we got so scared. He always gifted us when we visited him, and especially if you give him a hug. I remember I got my first violin like that. Tata, we think your birthday will be even more fun was even more fun in heaven with all the celebrations. Go well, Tata. We will miss you.
Thank you very, very much. You're awesome, very awesome grandchildren. They are great, by the way. Yeah. And before I bring in the friends, allow me to bring, in Kisii traditions, it's not possible for me to call my grandmother by her name, but just because it's a function. Grandma Grace, please come and speak to us and tell us a little about your loving husband. It's been wonderful. I've seen you all the days, even during at hospital with him, and may God bless you for the nice work that you've done. And also not forgetting Mongena Baba, Marita, na Choro Kwane. So please, we can take care of this mic.
I hope it is still morning. Good morning. My husband, my dear friend, Simeon Nyachae. The pain of losing a husband and a dear friend is like no other. We have traveled together through our life's journey. Simeon was always completely true to himself, and from when we met, he was clear who he was. Extremely honest, loving, hardworking, and above all, someone who believed and honored God. Our morning and night prayers were always on top of his day's program. I must say here that during these very difficult times, the way I knew that Mzee was better is when we prayed in the morning and he said amen, and then I knew that he is better. Simeon took it upon himself to train me in many aspects of life. He encouraged me to be bold and stand for what was right, regardless of what others said. Whatever decisions he made, he would have thoroughly thought them through and could therefore defend them anywhere and anytime. When he instructed me to resign from my employment, it was not a request, and he set up Sansora Group Limited head office in 1984. I was fearful, but he reassured me that he knew what he was doing and how right he was. My deepest joy in my marriage to Simeon was his deep love and care for his children. Despite his very busy schedule, balancing his business and public service, I'm grateful that at home, he would ensure that he made time for us. He set clear boundaries and often emphasized to the children that if they listened and followed his guidance, they will be the ultimate beneficiaries. It is a true blessing to witness the close bond he continued to have with his children until he rested. God bless him with life to witness and celebrate their successes. Simeon dearly loved our parents. And I keep on telling our children, I believe because he loved our parents and he honored them, God blessed him, because the fifth commandment is the only one with a promise. You honor your parents and your days will be increased. I saw it with your father. Engaging me as his assistant in the Nyachae politics was like it was like being thrown in the deep end of a swimming pool. I'd never stood in public before. I had nightmares. But when the community embraced me, I enjoyed being part of them. When he officially left politics in 2007, I found myself still deeply attached to the community, to the constituency, and up to the time he rested, I was actually his main source of political news. I had, of course, to assess his mood. Mzee showed me the world figuratively and literally, and for 50 years, he was my friend and my companion. As a member of the World Scout Foundation, we visited several countries in the world. We knew each other so well that we knew what the answer would be for each other's questions, even without having to say a word. He took the love and time over the years to invest in me. And so, when the time came for me to truly follow the vows, for better or worse, in sickness and in health, I had no hesitation to do everything possible to look after Mzee. I'm very grateful to God that he kept me well and strong to do this till the very end. Simeon's generosity across board has no comparison. He reminded me again and again that whatever he owned was blessings from God. He therefore always felt the need to share with others as his way of thanking God. I knew that he was involved in many churches, projects, but during the last almost 2 weeks, what I have heard, I did not know that he was so involved in all those projects, churches, hospitals, schools, name it. I didn't know about it. And this just confirmed what he always told me about the need to share the blessings God had given him. Knowing that Simeon sincerely loved me kept me going as I nursed him through his prolonged illness. I could have done anything in this world for more time with my beloved husband. But as he always told me to trust in God's plan for us and know that this too is part of that plan. Please allow me to just say this. I know that somebody will be acknowledging our passing a vote of thanks, but I want us to say that during our time in 2018, when he was in the ICU in the hospital in Cromwell, and His Excellency, the President, Uhuru Kenyatta, visited him in the ICU. We were amazed. When he saw him, it was like some kind of medicine to see him from home. And I must say that the improvement was drastic. I just want to take that moment, I know somebody else will do it, to really appreciate that visit, because it made such a difference. A couple of months later, his mother came and again visited Mzee. This time he was not in the ICU, but I could see the joy, even having to share old stories. We do appreciate. I know there are very many, many other people who came there and here. And I just felt that from where I started, I needed to acknowledge that first family to have come all the way there and the difference it made in his recovery. I have faith that the day will come when we will be reunited. But until then, I shall miss and love you always, and we will celebrate you and all you have taught me and our children. May God bless you, our soul, in eternal peace. Love, grace.
And at this moment, after getting to hear those wonderful words from Mama Grace, I really want to thank you, Mama, and we continue to pray for you and put you in the Lord for comforting. And now let's get to hear from Magokoro, Mongna Mama Marita. That is Charles' mom, and mom to also Ken there. Ken, your hair is already white, whiter than your mom's. It's amazing. Yeah, she's still.
Ni rangi nimepaka.
Ni rangi umepaka ya white. Okay. Thank you very much as you adjust. Maukuru kwana.
Amjambo washabiri wa mbinguni nyote. Amjambo. Mimi nawashukuru kuja kusherehekea hii mzee wetu, vile mwenzangu alisema. Najua kila mtu anapenda mzee wake, lakini wengine hata wakigombanishwa ama kupiwa hawezi kusema kama ameenda hata alikuwa ananipiga. Mzee alikuwa anatupenda hata watoto wetu. Mtoto hawezi kusema ati baba yake alimpiga. Labda mimi nilikuwa nawapiga. Si ndivyo? Wacha tu. Kwa hivyo siku yake ilifika. Tunaomba Mungu atusike, tukimuomba kwa yale mazuri atatusaidia. Asante sana kwa nyinyi kusherehekea hii harusi ya mzee wetu.
Thank you.
She also has a tribute on the program summarized in English, if you want to turn to it.
Thank you. Thank you.